Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're back in Saints and Sinners. Today we're doing a different kind of video. This is a tips and tricks, as you might have saw. And yeah, so we're just gonna jump straight into it. First, always carry 2 bandages, 1 medicine, and 1 food with you. Okay, those are always good things to have on you. And always make sure to have another knife and gun with you. Even if it doesn't have a ton of ammo, it's something, okay? Okay, number 3. So once you have the radio all fixed, you're gonna flip it on. 61 is the channel to talk to Casey. You scroll back. 54. This is the reclaimed station. They play music and have occasional talks and speeches on here. And I mean, it's just nice to have when you're just hanging out, where is it?
Food cache spotted.
There we go. Number 47. This one tells you about all the food caches, medical caches, weapon caches, everything. Tells you about hordes, reclaimed, and tower patrols. Tells you about everything. So always make sure to listen to this before you head out for the day. There's one more, okay? Channel 13. If you listen, you can hear some scary sounds and noises. I don't know what that's about, but anyways, we're just gonna move on. Okay. Have you guys ever noticed this nice little box thing? I don't know if a lot of you guys know, but these are actually a little storage thing. It's 2 pages. You can fill it with anything you want. Well, it can't be large items like the crowbar or the hatchet or axe or anything like that. And it can only be filled with small things like knives, medicine, bombs, all that stuff, okay? Okay, for this next tip, please never eat food that you find out here. Always take it back home, craft it into something more useful. Okay, number 6, I haven't found a tripwire, sadly, but you guys will know, you'll know them when you see them. It's a nice line with a few cans on them, and you can actually use your knife and you can cut them. You can cut them, use your flashlight to hit them, or you can be that one guy that just throws something at it. You can throw something at it and trigger it. But if you're trying to be extremely quiet while doing it, you can actually take off the cans. I would suggest storing them. You don't have to though. And then you can either cut or throw something at the line, doesn't matter. I mean, a lot more quiet. So always make sure to do that. If you want to be stealthy, don't talk or yell in the game. You guys probably noticed, but they can hear you. They can hear you run, they can hear you shoot, they can hear you talk, they hear it all. So, if there was one just by that truck and I said, hey, it would turn around, look at me, and come at me. So, just be careful with that, especially if you're recording YouTube videos like I do. I've had a lot of experience with that, so you can even go check out my videos right after this and you can see what I'm talking about. Okay. Number 8, before you use your gun or knife or whatever, please check its ammo and or durability, because I don't want you to get caught out in the middle of the horde and have no weapon, and you're relying on the bottles you find out in the street, because that is just plain depressing. That's another reason why you should always carry an extra gun and an extra knife with you. Okay, number 9. If you have no ammo in your gun or low durability like I do, you can actually pistol whip walkers to death. About 3 or 4 hits, doesn't do any damage to your gun, and overall it's just nice. Also, speaking of beating things to death, if you do end up finding an angel statue and you're desperate, like this is extremely desperate, you can beat them to death. Angel statues, actually. Another thing you can use actually is Baby, okay, that took a lot more effort than I'd like. And there's one object that you would never think to use. Yes, you can use this. The killer walker can take up to 1 to 3 hits with a skull, depending on how hard you hit. And another thing, don't punch your wall when you do this, okay? Okay, and now I can actually be safe while hanging out up here. Number 11. If you're even more desperate to kill, I don't know if you guys know, but you can actually use lighter. You can also use spoons, and there are a few more items that you can use bottles too. Just break them and stab. Right here. So these are just free kills laying around on the ground, so why wouldn't you use them? Tip number 13. I was gonna show you just a second ago, but I had a little problem with the walkers. And okay, anyways though, if you walk up to a door, you can actually listen and hear if they're in there or not, at least if they're next to the door. But if they are next to the door, watch out, because if they hear you, they will break down the door. Number 12. Listen to the radio better than I do. I'm just kidding. That's not really what number 12 is. Number 12 is you can actually grab them. You can grab walkers, remember? And if there's a humongous horde, or just more than you can fight, just you can actually push them into each other like this, so that they're more manageable. Or you can just try to stay up. Either works. Yeah, like right there, that was kind of useful. Number 14. Always look out for these angel statues. You can't scrap them, but they are pretty nice things to have around. There's 7 of them, and there's also voodoo dolls. They can only be found in the graveyard, though, and there are 7 of those. They cannot be scrapped, and they are also just really cool collectibles to find. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. Be on the lookout for those. Number 15. This is an obvious one, but please, please, please look at your stamina and health. If your stamina goes below half, I would suggest stopping and waiting for a minute. Because, like, especially where I am, I don't think I listened to the radio long enough, but I'm pretty sure there's more walkers here. Because this is a lot more than I would like them. Like, this is a lot more than I would like. Alright guys, tip number 16. When you're just roaming around, either after you've completed the game or just during, you're gonna find people like this. Beggars. Okay? You can either be a saint, give it to them, and then they'll give you something in return, or...
Thanks. I needed that. Here,
you could be
this is for you.
And get what you... Alright guys, tip 17. If you find items that can't be scrapped, don't just leave them, take them. Because you have a nice little bookshelf at home, and you can actually use that to put your prized possessions on. And it's really nice. Okay, tip number 18. Before you leave places, please fill up your backpack the rest of the way, because you never know when the things that you find could be used to scrap things, and I'm telling you, it's worth doing. I promise you. Hey. Oh, like. Tip number 19. Axes, hatchets, those saw blade thingamajiggies, I don't know what they're called, and crowbars are actually weapons that can't be crafted, they can only be found. And so if you find them, I would suggest taking them. Oh my gosh, am I ever gonna be left alone here? Anyways, continuing on, if you guys remember when you start the game, you're just going through the graveyard, and you're gonna hop over that little wall, and then you're gonna have an option to turn left or right. Everyone usually goes right because that's where you're supposed to go, but if you turn left, and open that gate, there's actually an axe right there. You can rip out the zombie's head, and that's actually the axe I have right here. It's been used 0 times. But it's nice to have on you. You can use it to cut boards, cut everything. It is just extremely nice. Okay, next tip, especially for the shallows. If you can't find a door that opens, oh goodness, if you can't find a door that opens, please, just go to the back. You can actually climb up into windows, or you can, go underneath the house. You can do tons of things. It's really, really nice. Okay, this isn't really a tip, but do be on the lookout for your watch. As soon as that thing goes all the way around and hits the top, the bells will ring, and you will die. If you hear the bells, run.